For many immigrants, the light of hope at the national level might not be as bright these days, but here in New Jersey, there is a push for the issuance of driver's license regardless of immigration status. And if you put off that healthy lifestyle resolution, well, it's time to reconsider it. It's all here on the next Latino Motion. Join us.
Choose to get lost in the woods, to gain experience in forest management.
Choose to travel through time, to understand the past.
Choose to soar, to pursue a career in dance.
Stockton University offers 50 high-quality academic programs, small class sizes, and affordable tuition. Choose to match your interests and talents at one of New Jersey's nationally ranked universities.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation, and Stockton University. This edition of Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is brought to you by the HD Studios at the campus of Stockton University. Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, healthcare you can believe in. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas. Welcome to Latino Motion, a weekly interview show highlighting issues impacting New Jersey's Latino community while advancing understanding of Latino cultural heritage and contributions to our society. And here is your host, Bert Lopez.
Buenos dias and welcome to Latino Motion. While the nation struggles with uncertainty about immigration reform, advocates here in New Jersey are considering a bold measure to authorize the issuance of driver's license to residents regardless of their immigration status. Joining me are two advocates who are here to talk about the subject. Gentlemen, welcome to Latino Motion.
Well, Mr. Lopez, it's my pleasure to be here. My name is Eliu Galtiel, and I'm the administrator of a volunteer group statewide, Driver's License for New Jersey Immigrants. And we are an educational advocacy volunteer organization trying to prepare people for this great event that we're going to be pushing now because now we have a governor-elect who has committed to sign the legislation. All we need to do now is get the legislators to put the bill through the process.
And you've been organizing for a while.
We've been organizing, educating for over 2-3 years through small groups, through churches, and throughout community groups.
So why is the issuance of driver's license to undocumented, if you will, why is that so important?
This is extremely important because I witnessed myself so many people that talk to me, they want to take their children to school, to the hospital, to many places, going from point A to B, to their jobs, and people are risking every day because they have to drive. They have to, even if they are sent to court. Even, you know, and we're talking about more than 500,000 people, probably about 300,000 would qualify, and they would be able to go through the right process, like Americans want, like everybody wants, and they want to do the right thing, go through registration, having an insurance, testing, oral, written, and all of that. But in the end, this is not just about immigrants, this is about all Americans, all New Jerseyans that want public safety. We have so many hit and runs, so many people who are victims, American citizens, residents, immigrants. Sometimes many tragedies have happened. And sometimes you wonder, what do? We have two choices. Do we hate the immigrant, or do we simply think about a solution? I was talking actually with an American citizen from Action Together New Jersey. It's an advocacy group. And I always, you know, try to put my posts about the driver's licenses for immigrants, and she was telling me with their neighbors when she was hit and run, and people reasonably they have fear and they get desperate and they just leave the scene.
It's not just about perhaps the fear, but there's also an economic benefit as well.
And
correct?
Exactly.
For the insurance, for the purchasing of vehicles,
exactly.
And other.
And just imagine, there's Gonzalo says there's over 500 that are here, 300 qualified, but many more. You're talking about children, grandchildren getting around, but the economic impact of the purchase of vehicles, the paying of taxes, registration, the insurance industry, and that is going to benefit New Jersey greatly. But as Gonzalo says, our biggest push here is safety. It's important for us to know who's on the road and that we are all practicing safe measures, that we all take the same test, the same book, and we want to tell people that that all the immigrants want to do the same thing. So we want to be able to have the authority to apply for a driver's license.
And one of the things that's important on your favor is there is some momentum with the new governor-elect towards his positive spin, if you will, that he will sign this.
Sure. Not only that, but we currently have 11 states, Republican and Democrat states, who have already passed this law, including the District of Columbia.
Gentlemen, we're going to continue this discussion. Very good discussion. We'll be right back right after these messages. Welcome back to Latino Motion. We continue our discussion of an important measure to allow issuance of driver's license to residents regardless of their immigration status. And gentlemen, we were talking about the fact that there is support, at least by the governor-elect, to sign a bill to allow this to happen. But this is not a no issue. This has been defeated in the past. Tell me what you think is different this time.
Well, what's different is that this time we have had, one of the push was by having the governor-elect during his campaign many times make a promise publicly and privately to tell the citizens that this is going to happen because he understands the importance of the dreamers, their parents, because the dreamers are going to be okay. It's the parents of the dreamers. And he understands that to make sure that those people have quality of life, that they need a driver's license. So he's made that commitment. In the past, we had very positive momentum with Assemblywoman Aneki Quijano. We went to the hearing. Her committee did approve it. But when it proceeded to go to the Senate, it was defeated because the concern was that the previous governor was not going to pass it. But this time, the momentum is good. We're excited about it. People are getting excited about it. And I believe that this is going to be a positive decision for this New Jersey to be the next state to have a driver's license for residents regardless of their immigration status.
So Gonzalo, what's your take in terms of how you think the pressure is coming to the politicians to allow this to happen?
We have a movement now, just like the dreamers are coming out, immigrants are realizing that there is no more fear. And that's what people are realizing. They are realizing that we count in this country as well. And we want to be part of this society of New Jersey and integrate with all of us so they can, and a sense of a concrete, having a tangible card is a sense of dignity for people. And that is extremely important. We all talk about abstracts, about dignity and respect, but what about the concretes?
But this is not new.
No.
I mean, this is not the first state either, right? We have other states.
12 states plus DC. And we even have a Republican, it's a very conservative state like Utah. That is extremely surprising. And people, one of the things that we have realized is that in the last 8 years, we have fallen behind, despite being one of the, I believe, the fourth state with the highest number of immigrants who are undocumented. And we have fallen behind on those issues. So now is the opportunity with Governor-elect Murphy, who I privately speak with in a private event with Sandy survivors. I'm a volunteer for the New Jersey Organizing Project as well to help a lot of people who don't have their houses built. So I had the opportunity to talk to him, and he told me absolutely, Gonzalo. And in that town hall, he even mentioned me as a young guy who was talking on behalf of immigrants.
And I heard him also make the same statement personally. So there is support. What we want to talk about is how we could get other people on board and what people could do who want to support this effort. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
Welcome back to Latino Motion. We're once again discussing the important topic of the issuance of driver's license regardless of immigration status in New Jersey. And we were talking about all the great work that your organization is doing, the advocacy, But what can the rest of us do, those in the immigrant community or all the advocates that want to see such a bill pass? What should we do?
And this is the important part, is where New Jersey residents need to be engaged politically. I know it's important to vote, and I know it's important to have discussions about what your feelings are, but to take it to the next step is to get engaged. Plan of action is to pick up the phone and talk to your legislator, make some phone calls. Gonzalo, there's other things that we can do out there.
Emails, mailing letters if you don't use emails, and most importantly, I believe not just the immigrant, but Americans in general are not informed about this too much, and we want to educate. We want to realize that this is something about, this is even greater than about driver's licenses. This is about an informed society. Sometimes is the greatest opening of the eyes of Trenton to take action. Because when people are informed, then they realize they have to do the right thing. And we have to stop the triviality of the art of legislating politics. Because we live right now in an environment that clearly it's sometimes not very encouraging, and people are being away from politics. And what's important here is that we go back to the politics of civility, the politics of humanity, the politics of doing what is right. I remember Bobby Kennedy used to even risk his own political career in the 60s when he even went against the unions when he was Attorney General. I mean, we have to reclaim the surge and soul of this nation, and we are there, and we are fighting for that.
How do we reconcile the mood of the nation, if you will, in terms of the anti-immigrant sentiment that we see playing itself out in Washington versus what you're trying to accomplish here in New Jersey?
I think what the important thing here is that in New Jersey, it's a very diverse community, much more diverse than any parts of this country. And I think the fact that there's so many great relationships with immigrants, whether you are working at your work site, where you're eating, where you're vacationing, it's a very diverse site, and I think state. And I think the more we interact with our fellow citizens, that's different than what's happening in Washington, the tension. Here, when I run into, whether it's Cumberland County, Atlantic County, Camden County, Gloucester County, the atmosphere, I've talked to both Democrats and Republicans. We love the people that we work with, including the immigrants that are working and alongside with us. So it's a different atmosphere, Mr. Lopez, very different atmosphere. And I think what we need to do is take that to the next level.
So if someone wants to get more information, they want to get more engaged, what should they do?
Come to our Facebook. It's called Driver's License in New Jersey for Immigrants. And we're there. You can look up for my name, for Gonzalo's name. We're there. We're advocating. We have the phone numbers. And it's important to go visit your legislator. I visited both Nelson Cruz Perez's office, and I've also visited Joseph Vitale's office, just to stop by and say hi, this is who I am, and we're involved. And the more you get involved, the easier it's going to be to advocate for change in New Jersey. Well,
gentlemen, very important information. Thank you for sharing this with our audience, and we'll hope to have you back because there's more to come on this.
Sure enough.
Of course.
Thank you.
And stay tuned, please. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion. Welcome back to Latino Motion. Many of us struggle following through our New Year's resolution for a healthier lifestyle. But our next guest, Beatrice Salamanca, a health coach, wants you to reconsider this year's resolution. Beatrice, welcome to Latino Motion.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
So it's a big struggle every year when we make that New Year's resolution. We're going to work out more. I'm going to go to the gym, and we never seem to follow through. Why is that?
I think it's because you need a support group. You really need to have that support, whether it's the family, your friends, your coworkers. You need that support group because it makes it easier. It makes it so much better and much fun too.
And sometimes you need a coach.
Absolutely.
So you are a professional coach, and obviously you have a passion for fitness. Tell me how you got involved in that.
So I got involved because I was actually very unhealthy before. I had to make those the healthy lifestyle change. And from that, it's been many years It has been many years that I've made those changes, and I incorporated exercise, hydration, and it turned my whole health around.
Now, for Latino community, I know we don't always necessarily make the good healthy choices because of the diet. La con gandules, which I happen to love, and many other of the cuisine that we have to be careful about how much we eat and what we eat. Tell me why that is so important.
Correct. Our Latino culture has a lot of carbs in our diet, and we grew up this way. This is what we know. So it's those healthy changes that I coach the Latinos on, and not just Latinos. I welcome everyone, all ethnicities, and I just make sure that nutrition is priority to them, and exercise. Actually, nutrition is 70% of your healthy lifestyle. 30% is diet, it's exercise, and then hydration as well.
So for those of us who say, I can't find the time, what do you say?
There's always time. And I always said, if Michelle Obama had time to exercise, so do you. Half an hour every day of walking at the park, walking around your neighborhood, that's all it takes, but you just make sure that you do it every single day.
Yeah, some research indicate that for the Latina have more of a struggle in terms of thinking about themselves and getting into doing the exercise and living a healthier lifestyle because of their role in the family as a caretaker.
Correct. We always think of family first, and I've always advised my clients that you need to take care of yourself first, and then you can take care of your family.
Now, how often do you think? We mentioned the food, the nutrition, very important. But as far as working out, how often should you work out?
It should be at least 3 times a week. But if you don't have time, no, and you can't really work out, then you can just walk half an hour every single day.
Half an hour every single day?
Every single day, 7 times a week, yes.
And then you don't have to go for a gym to do that, right?
You don't have to join the gym, no. You can go to the park and do a lot of parks have a lot of things that you can actually work out there. So you don't have to join a gym, no. You can do it from your basement. You can do it from your living room.
I want to talk a little more about some of those suggestions. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion. Welcome back to Latino Motion. We continue our discussion on nutrition and a healthier lifestyle with health coach Patrice Salamanca. Patrice, we were talking about some of the things we could do to live healthier lifestyles. And before I go on with the show, I want to congratulate you and your husband, Antonio, on your 30 years of marriage.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice anniversary. And you're spending it here on the show. But that also reminds us that it's never too late to work out. Right? So at what age? Are there limitations in terms of age, in terms of being able to work out?
Absolutely not. I'm actually certified and licensed in Zumbini, which is a Zumba with infants and toddlers. Oh, really? So it's never too early, and it's never too late. I also coach the active older adults into a healthy lifestyle with fitness. And some of that age group, the baby bloomers, they actually never held a dumbbell or a weight proper form. I teach them how to breathe, and it's extremely important because this helps them get stronger. And if there are any falls, they don't really necessarily break anything because their muscles are protecting their bones. So it's extremely important for fitness. So it's never too early or too late.
And we know for the immigrant community, maybe when we were in Colombia and Puerto Rico, where you spend a lot of time outside activities. Here, maybe the kids aren't as active, and we see a lot of obesity among kids. So why is it so important for parents to get their kids involved early?
Well, we have to lead by example. We have to get healthier and show our kids that they can be healthier too. They actually love working out with their parents. And I have a lot of my Zumba participants that they learn a song, a choreography, and then they go home and they teach to the kids, and they have a blast. It's a lot of fun.
Now, I noticed on your Facebook that you had quite a number of success stories, and you yourself had your challenges and made some lifestyle changes. Tell me a little bit about those success stories.
Well, that's going to make me very emotional. I'm very proud of them. I run a 10-week weight loss program, and in 10 weeks, I get very strict with them. Their nutrition, they must exercise, and the hydration, because is extremely important. And I've had some success stories where some people have lost significant amount of weight and body fat percentage, which is extremely great. And before that, they were trying to do that on their own, and it was nearly impossible for them to do it on their own. Once they joined the group, it was more competitive. They were having fun, and they had great results.
So I know at the beginning of the show you mentioned that one of the most important things is having that support system, and certainly having support, a family member or a health coach to guide you, it's very important.
Absolutely. That support system it's crucial, I think, for results. And you have to make those changes, because zero changes give you zero results.
So we want to put up your contact information. If anyone wants information, they could certainly reach out to you. You're a wealth of information, and certainly you're a great example. And you also have many success stories with your program. So thank you so much for sharing this information with our audience.
I'm here to help.
And thank you for joining us at home once again here on Latino Motion.
Choose to get your feet wet, to learn more about protecting our environment.
Choose to read minds, to understand the human brain.
Choose to get your hands dirty, to create a masterpiece.
Stockton University offers 50 high-quality academic programs, small class sizes, and affordable tuition. Choose to match your interests and talents at one of New Jersey's nationally ranked universities.
Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, healthcare you can believe in. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas.